Okay, yeah.
Welcome everyone to another fun-filled week of the Grumpy Vlogger. It seems like it's just Art and I here tonight, so
Yep.
I
So,
don't know. I don't see Charles, and I know I sent him the link, and he did me the thumbs up back, so he must be running late. He probably ran in,
yeah.
because if it's a beautiful day, if it's a good day out, he may have got out and taken his mom out to do some things. Dominic won't be here tonight, but he will be watching it in the replay. And just right off the top, want to say happy birthday out to Jordy Beauchart.
Yes, Jordy Beauchart.
Beauchart. Yep.
Yep.
Today's his birthday. I think he might be 21 now. Legal age to drink.
Right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, he's actually in his 30s, but he got carded down there in
No.
Florida because he does not. They didn't believe him. Even though we were all saying, yeah. So he had to go out and get his card. So yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, let me go ahead and say good. Let me.
Yes. And we got another birthday coming up on Wednesday.
Who's that? Oh, okay. All right. Let me start at the top here and start saying hi to everybody.
Yeah, let's start.
We got Jody, Drone Shot, Steve Janess. There he is.
And there's Charles.
Okay, Steve Janess, and then we got Arco, and then we got Uncle Bill. So I sent a link to, and let's see who else we got. Trevor, welcome, Trevor. Glad to see you. And he gave me a 10-minute warning. So, and Captain Joe America, and we got 204 WPG Drone Live.
That'd be Ed.
Oh, that's Ed. Okay, I go through that. Yeah. And we got Mudball Dawn. We got Bryan, Waypoint, New England. And that's all we got right now, but that's okay.
No, we got Steve Knowles.
Oh, Steve Knowles. I thought that. You're right. Steve Knowles might. And there's Dusty, East Coast Thrills. So. The usual gang. So.
Yep.
So how's your day been, Art?
Busy. Came home. I was just so tired that I went and bought Taco Bell for dinner on the way home. And after I ate that, I went to bed, took about a half-hour nap. Yep.
I have not had a nap today. I got up 5 o'clock this morning. Well, I take it back. I had a nap this morning, but I got up at like 4 or 5 o'clock after going to sleep about 3 o'clock. So I slept about 2 hours, got up, and discovered that that's when I discovered that as much as I love my new computer, I got to pay closer attention. I had a bowl of spaghetti in my not computer, my 3D printer. I had a bowl of spaghetti in there. So, anyways, but I looked at what it was somebody else's print, and I didn't go through it with enough detail. All I did was to change a couple of things, but I didn't look at their print settings, because when they put these up there, some guys put them up there that have, it automatically sets their print settings when you run it through the slicer. For whatever reason, it had the bed temperature too low. I thought I had that fixed, but apparently I didn't. So it lost, and plus in the end, I really didn't like the way it was set up. They have it standing upright. It's a chute that's supposed to attach to the back of my 3D printer, so that when it purges the extra colors, when it's doing the color change, that will come out. It goes out this little chute out there in the back, called a poop chute. That's what they call it. It's not its official name. It's a purge chute. But anyways, everybody calls it a poop chute. Goes out there and drops in a basket. Well, I figured out that, I needed something. So I have it turned sideways on my workbench over here, on my rolling workbench and tool chest. And but anyways, oh, look there. Wow. And it's at the end of the show already.
Yeah, it must be.
No, I think we just got started, Don.
Oh, I'll be back.
We got Brenda, Sunstar, and we got Brett. Eat more pasta.
Eat more pasta. Welcome, Brett. Hey, and Brenda. Yes, I missed getting on and chatting with you in the mornings. I haven't been getting up in the morning, so I guess Dawn's going to come back at the end of the show.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
You can come back, Dawn, if you want to. I mean, you're more than welcome to sit there and visit with us through the whole show. Yeah, suffer along like the rest of us. But anyway, so I'm trying a different print. I've got to order some more filament because I've wasted a lot trying to do one thing. Had I just done it on my other one the way I had done it before, sometimes newer is not always better.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
As much as I like it, and for the most part, it does what I want it to. There's a few things that I wish it did a little better or a little differently, but it still does a really good job of printing. So, but you got to pay attention to your prints, otherwise, you will have a mess on your hands. So, and that it could have just easily happened at my other printers in there. I have one in my bedroom and I have one right over my big new one's right here. So, I can actually keep an eye on it while I'm sitting here. But
there we go.
Anyways, and on the Ranger news, he's been getting up. He got up yesterday, went outside on his own, got back in on his own. He's slowly moving. Today he was actually walking. I almost, because he was late. I had to go out because I needed to go. I went out to the cemetery to Judy's grave, and then there we go. Look at there.
Uncle Bill.
Uncle Bill.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Bill.
Yeah.
Hey Bill.
Guys.
Mm-hmm.
So how you doing, Bill?
Turn off that repeat. Anyway, hey, how are you? I'm all right.
Good.
Worked all day, play all night. That's me.
Is that you?
Yeah. I worked today, and I got home early enough that, it seems like year of the batteries. I replaced the battery in my wife's car, first time.
Right.
Replaced the battery in my truck, and today I replaced the battery in a Harley.
Wow, you've been on a battery run lately, haven't you?
Yeah, it's all within the last month.
Yeah, and those things aren't cheap anymore either.
No, just the one for the motorcycle was $155 before tax. Before tax. The one for the car was $250.
Woo.
Yeah, and the one for the truck, I think $220 or $230. I think because I didn't get AGM, which I didn't realize when I bought it. But it's all right. I'll deal with it. I don't have auto. AGM's very important if you're going to have auto stop start, because AGM can take a reduction in charge better than a standard flooded cell can.
Right.
You go below 50% with a flooded cell and you start to damage it. But whereas an AGM could go much lower than that. But anyway,
that's what I should have done. Yeah, I had to buy a battery. It's $225 for a battery for that F-150. So
yeah, that's what I paid for my F-150. Yeah. I should have spent the extra $30 and got the AGM, but that's all right. That's okay. That's all right. That's okay. It didn't have one. It didn't have one in it. So whoever got it last got the same kind of battery I just bought.
Oh, okay. Well, I bought the battery, but it wasn't like I was going to be using it because right now my son James is using the truck, and we went over and had to buy new. He said, "Man, that front end is messed up," and I said, "I think it's the tire." He said, "Well, it could be." Went over there, sure enough, the belt was separating. So in the last month and a half, we've had to buy a new battery and a set of tire. Two front tires. Back tires I just bought last year. So to answer your question, Dusty, I would have to look to see what materials are safe for fish tanks, because some are and some are not. And I can't remember which ones, but I will find that out and answer you. Actually, Jody, who probably knows more about 3D printing than anybody on right now that I know of, he's been doing it longer than just about anybody. He might be able to answer that. So if you know that answer or anybody else knows that answer, just
PLA, PETG, and ABS filaments are generally considered safe, but it's crucial to choose food safe or aquarium safe options.
Hi, Brenda.
Avoid filaments that have colors in them due to potential dye leaching.
Yep.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah, I use the PLA for everything. A lot of people use PETG. Some swear by it, some don't. You know, I think it's a.
Oh, I know we're talking about freshwater or saltwater aquarium.
That's true too.
There you go. Mm-hmm.
That's what AI just asked me.
Mm-hmm.
I use PLA and PLA plus, but if you're going to do something like a birdhouse or something that's going to be out in the sun,
Outdoors, you need to use PETG.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not affected by the UV lights like the PLA is. But if it's just something to, put up on the shelf and collect dust, well, PLA or PLA plus, which that's all I ever get to is PLA plus. But
well, it's also a fish tank is pets, therefore I think PETG would be the choice.
Mm-hmm.
You have to watch out for the PLO. It's explosive.
Yeah.
Oh, the PLO. Yeah.
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 That's what the kid said when he heard the car hit the dog. That's my pet. Gee. Sorry.
Okay.
That was dark.
Do you know how a polygamist hippie counts his many wives?
No, do tell.
1 Mrs. Hippie, 2 Mrs. Hippie.
Yeah, you just
3
told.
Miss.
I didn't want to ruin your joke.
I know. I told it the other night.
Yeah.
But I didn't tell it to this group.
I know. I wasn't going to ruin it.
Whose show did you tell it on?
I can't tell it with the style and grace that you do.
I think it was Bill's show, but nobody watches it.
Well, I was in Bill's show. I don't remember you being there.
Well, that's because you're old.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you were there. You were in. That's right.
I showed up at the end.
Yeah, you were at the lodge. Yeah. So, but well, I was going to ask Charles how his day went. So, Don, we'll just move on to you. How'd your day go?
I worked.
Bill.
Hmm?
I asked Don how did his day go, and I said, "No offense, Bill."
It's kind of like Bill's day. I worked.
Yep.
Now I'm here.
So, what's that like? I mean, it's been a while. I don't remember what it's like anymore.
I'll tell you now that I'm walking wounded. I'm getting more done than I did before.
Because you can say no to all the BS
Hey, Ryan.
jobs. You can say, somebody else do that. I can't do it. And then you get the actual work done.
Yeah.
It's your job. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I
Ronnie.
I finally put a smart, not thermometer. What do you call it? Thermostat in.
Yeah.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Was that a regular thermostat or a rectal thermostat?
No, it was oral.
Yeah. I didn't have a. I was going to talk about it, but now I just don't want to.
No, don't do it.
I mean, I didn't. It wasn't wired for that. I had to run another wire into the
Hello, Dan.
into the furnace, the air handler, because you need the
RJ.
speed wire. So I did that. It worked out great. I did that, and I replaced the outlet in the garage yesterday, and or the day before. I swapped the battery out. What the hell else did I fix? I did a bunch of stuff this week. I don't know. I'm getting I'm knocking off all the yeah, I'll get that later. All the procrastinating stuff.
That was me. I got out this weekend, cut down the knockout roses that they are budding out way big. And it's like, it's a little late to do this, but knockout roses don't care. They'll come back with a vengeance.
Do they?
You can chop them down. Every year I chop them down to the ground.
Really?
I tell you, I'm pretty impressed with that battery I took out of the bike. The date on it was February 2020. So 5 years in a motorcycle. That's
pretty good.
That's pretty impressive. Yeah.
The little batteries don't usually last that long. If you get 2 years out of them, you're doing
Actually,
good.
the big ones don't either.
Well, no, they don't. Not anymore.
No. No. It's not that little for that Harley. I mean, it's not a car battery.
No, but it's still, they're pretty good.
It's big for a motorsports battery, because that turns over it's 1587, like a 1.6 liter engine, so it's like turning over a small car,
Yeah, I was going to say it's
not really. It's only 2 cylinders. It's just bigger. And
bigger cylinders,
yeah, and it doesn't have a whole bunch of stuff attached to it with belts that you got to turn to, and let alone a flywheel to a automatic transmission and blah blah blah. But still, but it was big enough. And what else did I do? God, I've been fixing stuff left and right now. I can't even think of it. I should fix my memory.
Yeah, do an upgrade.
Yeah, 1800 cc. It barely requires a 200 cold cranking amp. Yeah. But anyways, let's see what else we got. Anybody anything else in the chat? Trevor says he only got 15 years out of his last battery. How the hell did he do that? What was it made out of?
I think Harley only calls 210 for this, but this is a 400, so I just got a bigger battery. So
did you? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they last longer.
Yeah. What else was I going to talk about today? Well, I was telling Art before the show, after a year of growing all this, I decided to go after it with an electric trimmer. So I used the trimmer on my facial hair. I think I cut 6 hairs off right here. That was it. But I was worried about it because, sometimes you get carried away and next thing you know, you're smooth shaven. It takes me forever to grow back a mustache. So
that's what happens with me with the Manscaped.
Thank you for sharing that.
You think it's going to be just a nice little trim up job, and it turns out.
We must have better batteries down here. Well, I don't know. Why do you say that? Probably the same manufacturers. I don't know. I don't know if you manufacture your own batteries in Australia. You probably do. But they don't last as long in Florida because of the heat.
Right. Well, it's just like up north they don't last as long because of the cold. You have a bad winter, hard winter, it's going to kill the battery.
Yeah, but if a bike only needs 210, which is what Harley calls for, and you have something bigger than that, as your battery starts to age, and you're down to 80%, 70%, you're still above what they're calling for, so you get a little longer life out of it until you lose the cell. And then once you lose the cell, it's all over.
Oh yeah, that's usually what happens with mine when the cell dies.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like, why? Well, I know why it does it on the truck, because the truck there seldom gets driven. So, but yeah, but I've had some batteries, like when I was driving the truck regular, and that battery was probably, I replaced this last or earlier. Well, probably the end of last year. I keep losing track of what time of the year it is and what year it is. I don't know what happened to 2024. It's like I'm still there. You know, it's like, wait a minute, this is already 25. What the hell? But yeah, I think I had, because I took it in there and said, oh, this thing's way bad. We haven't even made this kind of battery in 3 or 4 years. Like, okay. So, but actually, I didn't take it in there. I had, let's see, I had James carry it in there because I didn't feel like it. So
I'm thinking about putting a kickstart on the dune buggy.
a kickstart on the dune buggy. Okay, that would be and the reason for that is like you could ever do that.
I was making a stupid joke.
I can see that too. You lift up the you know, the trunk in the back, and
There's no trunk in the back.
that's all. It's just out there, huh?
It's got a cage around it, but
Yeah, that's right.
I'd go back there.
I was thinking of Volkswagen. Lift
It
up.
is a Volkswagen. Yeah, oh, but,
I
yeah,
know. I
no,
was thinking a Volkswagen.
yeah, not the full Volkswagen. Go back there and just put a crank on that fly on the.
Like the olden days,
Just
like the
step on
Model
it.
T. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, before the I don't think you could. Could you start a car like that? I don't think you could.
Yeah, I can start that buggy.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because you can do it. You're doing basically the same thing when you're pushing it with a manual transmission. So yeah, I guess you could.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Just gotta
What's
get
the size of the motor in that thing?
What is that?
1500.
That's a 16. It's based off a 1600. It's
What year is it?
that engine, I think, was a 73.
Yeah, they were bigger then, pushing a little more horses.
Yeah.
I had a 68, 67. I think I have like 58 horsepower or something like that.
Oh hey Scott, I just saw you were there too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not paying real close attention. We got Ronnie, we got Scott. Let's see, Dan. Let's see who else. I missed anybody else? No, I think I've got everybody. Who?
Ronnie. God bless America.
Ryan. Oh, Ronnie. Yeah, I said Ronnie
Oh,
twice. So
oh.
and
Say it again.
Brian and Dusty. Yeah,
Mark R.
yeah.
White.
Mark White. Yes.
Yeah.
I must have exaggerated. The 73 has a 1600 horsepower, a 1600 cc, 48 horsepower.
I think it's an 1875 is what I've got.
No,
Mhm.
might not be 73 then.
Or 1835. I think it's 1776. I think it's 1835 I've got.
Even the Super Beetle had the 1600 and 74.
Oh yeah, you just change out the jugs and the pistons to change out the size of the engine. That's pretty much it.
Oh, hang on a second, guys. I got to run over here. I thought I was fixed. I was looking at that.
Ah,
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
1835. So you're remembering, I was like,
Got a tangle on the.
Oh, that's funny. I just looked it up here. That 1600 is actually 1584. I think that's the same as my bike. I mean, exactly the same as the bike. It's pretty funny.
cool.
But the bike produces more than 48 horses, that's for sure.
Mhm.
Well, whatever. Anyway.
no,
So,
when I first got it, the engine that came in it, it was the 1600.
Mm-hmm. So you got that 18 whatever
Yeah.
from somewhere else.
Yeah. And I was like, my brain was not working for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Probably longer than a minute.
I do like the fact that it tells you when there's a tangle, but it did. It's supposed to tell you when there's spaghetti, but it didn't. So,
Ah,
but this time everything's printing, but I had a tangle. you know, some of the spools of filament I have cardboard spools, but it seems like the ones that have the plastic, they're the ones that's getting jammed up. You know, I don't know why, but so just takes a minute, pick the spool up and kind of loosen it up where what it does is when it changes filaments, it backs it up. So when you back, and the spool doesn't always wind properly, so you get a tangle in it. So, but it shouldn't have done that because I'm printing this one color. So, anyways, got it fixed. So how much longer is it? 2 weeks till the South Florida drone meetup?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
I guess. I don't know.
You sound excited.
see.
Like,
Well, it's one.
yeah.
In a week, it'll be the 31st, and then 2 weeks, it'll be over. It'll be the 7th.
Yeah.
So, yeah, a little less than 2 weeks.
A little less than 2 weeks. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And we're going to do the same thing with the sticks. We're going to have a table out with hors d'oeuvres for you guys and a couple of $50 gift cards.
Nice.
4 pool tables.
Right.
What else did we do? I think that's it. I mean, 5 to 7 is happy hour, so you can get some discounted
drinks. Jesus. Yeah.
Get braided. Yeah.
Run my hands through my sexy beard, and I think I might even braid it.
Braids.
Yeah, I
do that Viking thing, you know.
Yeah, I do the Viking. Yeah, it's good there, you know. Yeah. Well, my hair's long enough now. I can put it in a small ponytail. Maybe he could braid that for me while he's at it.
There you go.
Do one of them French braids down the back. Yeah, that look good. My kids would kill me if I did something like that. Hell, my James is just barely tolerating taking me out in public anymore. Damn, Dad, you turned into an old hippie. And he's been off work because of his neck injury. So he's like, suddenly he's not shaving either, and his beard's starting. I said, make fun of me for it. And he says, yeah, but I have to be clean shaven. But I can only get by with this for about another 6 weeks when I'm off work. He says, after the surgery, I got to go back to work. I'm going to have to go back to shaving again.
So you'd let Dan braid your beard?
I don't
if he
want
really
anybody
wanted
to braid
to.
my beard.
I mean, he's a sweet boy. Let him do it. Let the boy braid your hair, Lloyd. Let him braid your beard.
Let him braid my hair. Yeah. Now, I'll fly drones with him, but I'll fly drones with anybody. But I'm not letting him braid my hair or my beard. Sorry, I got to call it somewhere. You know?
Okay. What if?
How about your back hair?
If you let him braid your beard, he'll let you be Little Spoon at night.
I don't think so. No.
Okay, Big Spoon, it's your choice.
No.
We got a deal. You hear that, Dan? He says he gets to be Big Spoon and you can braid his beard. He don't want to be Little Spoon.
I'm staying with Bill, not with Dan. I'm staying with Bill, so that's a whole different story right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could braid my back hair for me.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Can't do it in the front. Still, it was shaved off, you know, from here to here. It's growing back. Feels great when it grows back. Oh yeah.
Okay, Dan.
He
said you can braid his beard.
Hair, so.
I heard Lloyd say you can braid his beard, but there's no spooning at night. He only wants to spoon during the day with you.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
What if he wants a sport?
And Lloyd gets to be Big Spoon.
Oh, now you show up, Charles. After
He says that's a deal. He's got it.
Uh-huh.
even better, lights on now. Oh God, you might even let me hold the remote.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think he's going above and beyond. I think it'd be rude of you not to let him do that.
Yeah.
He's offering you so much.
He offers much more, and I'm going to have to go in there and shave my head and my face just so I don't have to deal with it.
Ooh, you might shave your pubes too, just in case he wants to go after those.
Uh-huh.
I'm just saying, if you're trying to play it safe.
One time, I had surgery, and I had to have that area, and never again, because when it grows back, holy shit, that is a.
It grows back itchy, huh?
Yeah, it does. Oh my God.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
Matter
it
of
does.
fact.
You're right. Yeah. Yeah.
And the
Shit.
itchy drives you crazy, and you're like, is it worth it? Maybe I should just shave it off again. And then, you either spend the rest of your life shaved like a baby or
Baby balls.
going because itching drove you crazy.
Or if they have electrolysis.
Mm.
No, not down there. I wouldn't. Jesus.
Dan will bring a pair of jumper cables and a battery. Spare
Yeah,
battery.
there you go. Mm-hmm.
I tell you, it was odd.
You think it would take?
It was odd the day I was being shaved by this girl, woman, whatever. And my wife is sitting there in the room with me. It's like it's just, and she was a little rough, by the way, a little rough with the boys, just
Yeah.
Four steps, and I missed it.
I got half a chub off it. It was kind of embarrassing. That'll be my last one, maybe forever, at least for a while.
Uh-huh.
I hope so. Yeah.
At least for a while. And it was with some
For a while.
Brazilian immigrant.
I don't know what you're talking about, but sounds worth it.
Yeah, I never want to go through that again. Like, when Jesus got married, I didn't even have. I mean, I was smooth chest. I didn't have any chest hair at all. And when I started having problems, when they have to put me on the monitor and stuff, they start shaving my chest. Pissed her off because the hair started growing. Then I had just a little bit here and there, and they'd shave the whole thing, and she'd get so mad because she said, "I always like being able to lay my head on your chest and not have your hair tickle my nose." Like, okay, that's good to know, But
Well,
if I had a nickel for every time I heard that, I tell you, it's funny looking in the mirror, and she shaved you like straight across here, so it's just like this line, and then from here down is just and it's ugly too because all the cut, the holes they put in me. But anyway, things are coming along just fine though.
Good
for you.
Tomorrow I got a call. I got to get another PSA done.
Hey, Randy. Randy, you're going to be down there in South Florida, right? I think he is. Hell, it looks. That's what I.
Aw.
Looks like from some of the stuff I'm seeing on Facebook, looks like they've already started the South Florida drone meetup. About half of them are already down there.
Oh, Steve, why did you do that to Dan?
Yeah, I don't know. Why did he do that?
What do you do?
He didn't say anything bad.
He was just talking about using a diehard and doing some electrolysis on you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Dan's not. What'd he do? Yeah, I'm watching it on the regular chat. And I just realized.
Yeah.
Let me go here and bring that up. See if I can.
I think Steve got offended for you.
Oh, did he? Well, I wasn't offended. So but that's okay. I mean, but oh, don't forget if you want to see a show that's not just silly like ours, you can see Drone Nation. They'll be talking about the South Florida Drone Meetup, I'm sure. So,
No, he didn't know. He didn't know who Dan. He didn't know who Dan was. He thought he was a spammer.
no.
No, Dan's not a scammer. He's just a turd.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let me see what I can do. Down and warp in. There we go. That.
Well, Lloyd, I hope that Steve didn't ruin the deal for you, because
Yeah.
it worked out a pretty good vacation for you.
Okay, well, I took care of it anyways. I can't bring him back in. He'll have to come back in after the time. But he is now, well, he should be able to come in. He's a moderator now, so.
Yeah, we had worked out a really, really good vacation for you with Dan playing Little Spoon.
There you go.
That's weird. He was timed out for 1.8K seconds, 1.8 thousand seconds.
Really?
1,800 seconds. What is that? Divide that by 60.
A lot of minutes. Yeah.
It's 30 minutes.
All right, okay.
Huh?
Dan,
Yep.
you're on.
Dan's
30
back.
minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dan's back. He came back as drone worship, and that's fine. Steve didn't know Dan. He didn't know who. He thought you were just a,
He didn't know you were a special turd. He thought you were a regular kind, so he flushed you.
yeah, one of them regulars. Yeah, he thought.
He didn't know that you were a special turd that we wanted to save around and show off to the neighbors.
Yep.
1,800 equals 60 minutes for an hour. Holy! I didn't know you could. I did not know you could do that. So, well, I learned something. Let me get this up here so I can keep it better on it. I didn't have the pop-up chat. That's my bad. So, all right.
Yeah.
It's all good. Been added to my list. All right, Dan. Well, it happens. See, if you showed up a little more to my shows every so often, maybe this wouldn't happen. People would know who you were. Except
Yeah,
to
totally.
select.
Well,
30
maybe if you let him do a live stream of him braiding your beard, people would know who he was.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
I think you, when you're down there, you should just do a live stream of Dan braiding your beard. Just a little patch right up front. Let him do that.
Right
it wouldn't
there.
take long. It's not super long, so it wouldn't take a long time.
No, it's not. Yeah. I've been growing this for damn near a year, and this is as good as it's got.
He would have to just do a really fine braid right in the middle.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't
Put
take
some
very
little-
long.
Some little
Just-
Viking beads or something in there, Yeah.
Do a live stream. It might, you don't know.
What do you mean that boat looks like the Titanic? What is it? Well, first of all, I don't know. The tit tank. It looks like the tit tank. I guess he meant Titanic. Why?
Oh.
Titanic.
Tit tank.
Dan says he's going to change one of his YouTube channels over to Lloyd's braided beard.
Oh, great.
That might actually get some views.
Yeah. Anyways. So, moving right along with this wonderful show.
There's a bigger boat. Oh.
All you need now is a big ass
Steve Janess.
Yeah,
Drone
Steve. Dan
worship
has a
is-
bunch of different channels, so he just popped onto one of his burner accounts or spare accounts, whatever they are.
Well, actually, Drone Worship was his original
Yeah.
name when I first got to know him, and then he moved on to iFix Yet, and because that's what he does now. Doesn't do the drone stuff hardly at all anymore, but he does do a lot of fixing of stuff. But anyway, so well, yeah. So don't forget, if you want to find out all about the South Florida Drone Meetup, you watch it. Drone Nation's at the top of the hour. Accept your apology if you write me a 10-paragraph apology letter written in Old English calligraphy with your own blood, then I would. Okay, well, that's kind of overdoing it there. So, but yeah. So, Bill, have you because we've been talking about, have you decided to start 3D printing again, or are you gonna, was it just a passing fancy the other day when you were talking about it last week?
Yeah, I didn't even look at it. It's sitting. It's got something
Yeah.
hanging on it right now. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I bought these leg compressors. You know, they compress your legs while you're laying.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I used them one time and I hung them. They're hanging. It's hanging on the. I mean, they work good. I guess they're good. You know what though? If you're in a hurry to go to the bathroom, you gotta rip them off your legs and
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
them.
Well, I tell you what, that's better than having to take the damn heparin shots.
Oh, I guess.
Yeah, because that's your alternative.
Well, they put them on me in the hospital. You know, when I was laying there.
Yeah.
And I liked it. You know, I was like, oh, it's a nice little massage while I'm laying here. Let's check it out. You know, I got some coloration in my calves. So my present doctor thinks it's some kind of reaction, but I don't think so.
Really?
Well, she thinks it's like a not like a like a rash kind of.
Yeah.
Oh.
But
Okay.
been there for years. I don't think so.
Yeah, no. It's probably just circulation.
Well, that's just it. They sent me out for that when they do this sonar or whatever. I don't know. They give you a rating.
Yeah.
Yeah, a rating of 1 to 5, and I got 5s right across. My flow is fine. I don't know why it's discolored like that.
Mm-hmm.
Question you can ask though, you can tell for sure, is the hair on the lower half of your disappearing? Lower half of your legs, around your ankles and stuff.
Mine are.
But you're a hobbit. I mean, shit. Your feet are about that big and hairy, anyways. You know, you can walk on rocks with those feet.
Why? What does that mean if you're losing hair down there?
That means you're starting to have circulation problems.
Okay. I thought it was because of the socks that were.
No, if you
No hair.
No hair. Well,
No.
it could be the beginnings of something down there. So, because I noticed mine has disappeared too. So it may be old age too. Maybe it's old age. Because you are getting a little older.
60 years of wearing socks, maybe, like you said.
Well, it could be that too. But I wear ankle socks almost. I've done that for years.
What's up, B-Rad?
Hey, Brad. Even when I wear cowboy boots, I still wear just ankle socks. If I've got a good pair of cowboy boots, because some boots you got to wear long socks, because otherwise it'll rub the hair off your legs.
Well, what if you don't have hair?
Neuropathy. Yeah, it could be neuropathy. That's what.
Yeah.
That's because I do have neuropathy, so that could be what it is. So
what's this neuropathy you speak of? I don't know what it is. I don't know. I was told to sleep with my feet elevated, but I end up kicking the extra pillows off the bed by the end of the night. So
yeah.
So I thought I'd try it. Anyway, long story short, no, I haven't done anything with the printer yet.
Okay.
I might have to bake my filament that's been on that thing for months, just sitting there.
Yeah. You may have to put that in. Put it in there for a while, let it bake off. So, okay, I got to go over and untangle this damn thing. I wasn't going to do it, but I want to get this print done.
No, I was kidding. I know what neuropathy is. Thank you, Mark. No, I still have feeling down there. I guess, sometimes I feel like there's a little numbness in my feet, but I got all my feeling. Yeah. I mean, you'd be numb too if you're carrying this fat carcass around all day long.
Nothing more than feeling.
Oh, God.
Trying to.
Well, my left ankle has been fused since I was a little kid, so I get to experience swelling now. Yay! But it's not painful like it used to be.
Well, I have numbness in my feet and legs, but then I also have multiple sclerosis. So, that's part of the disease.
I'm still relatively healthy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
lucky you.
Hmm.
What are you doing on this show then? I mean, the rest of us are.
Lloyd,
Yeah.
I've already
Actually,
proven
you're
once before.
classing it
I will
up.
leave. I don't care.
Okay, well, yeah, no, you don't need to
You know,
leave that. There's still a little time
you know,
left.
when you
in the
talk
show.
like that, you sound childish. You do. You do.
What?
Yeah, when you talk like that, I don't have to be here. Yeah, I could be
I don't
somewhere.
have to be here. I don't sound childish. Take it back.
All
I don't
right,
sound
Mom,
childish. Take
I'm
it
sorry.
back, Bill. Lloyd, Bill told me I sounded childish.
I'm sorry. I feel so sorry for you.
I don't
Go
have to
ahead.
hang around here and get made fun of. I can go anywhere and get made
You
fun
go
of.
anywhere and get made fun of, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the way I am too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. I know the feeling. So
Yep. Yeah, it's normal to take a sock and glue eyeballs on it and I even try to do ventriloquism. You're
well,
just talking.
there's a difference, Art. There's a difference.
That's true.
Have you ever?
There's a difference
Did
between
you ever see?
ventriloquism and puppetry.
Did you ever see Jim Henson?
Mm-hmm.
On the Tonight Show.
Mm-hmm.
And he took Kermit on there, and he didn't even pretend to try and make. He did Kermit's voice
when he was on Arsenio Hall. He just
Oh,
sit
he's
there and after
Hall. That's right.
after maybe 2 sentences, you stopped even paying attention that he was there, and you were watching Kermit.
Watching
Yeah.
Kermit. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
If you're
right.
good enough, puppeteer,
It's
and
good.
so, and he was really good. So he did he did great voice. Well, look at Frank Oz. Hell, he did voices for not just that, but like Yoda. He did the voice for Yoda.
Mm-hmm.
And
He also gave Jake Blues his used prophylactic when he got out of prison in Blues Brothers. He was the cop who was returning the items to John Belushi.
Oh yeah. That's right. Yeah, because he was in. He didn't just do the voiceovers. He actually acted in movies.
In a few things.
Oh,
Yeah,
and he was in Trading
cameo.
Places too.
What?
He
Oh,
was
Trading
in
Places.
Trading Places.
Yeah, that was with Dan Aykroyd and
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy. Yeah.
Yep.
I had Arsenio Hall stuck in my head, and that's because Arsenio Hall was with Eddie Murphy in Coming to America.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. So, God, those are old movies. I haven't seen one of the. I haven't seen. Well, it's just again, he was in Trading Places, but then also you had Don Amici and the old guy there.
Yep.
They were like the two guys up there in the balcony on the Muppets.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the two old guys.
Yeah, the two old guys.
Walter and
Yeah. No.
and who?
Statler and Waldorf.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
Waldorf.
Wow, Arsenio Hall is 69 years old.
Wow.
Really?
Mm.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah, we are getting old.
Yep. William Shatner just turned 94. Yep.
Hey, tell us a joke about his lingerie company.
Yeah, the one that didn't do very well because his Shatner panties didn't sell. Mm-hmm.
That joke is as old as you are.
Well, we're down to 3 left. William Shatner, George Takei, and Walter Koenig.
Oh.
Yep.
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 All right. Who's going first?
I'd say Shatner probably go first.
Yeah.
George Takei is going
Koenig
to
has not been healthy.
Who?
And Koenig.
Koenig, yeah.
I thought he had already died. He lost a son by suicide a few years ago.
Oh.
And it was really sad.
Yeah, that will definitely screw with you. Yeah.
Well, Takei is 87.
Yep.
Oh my.
Oh my!
Why?
And I didn't know this.
Last year.
Koenig is 88. I thought he was
88?
younger than them.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Dan.
Well, there you go.
I think his health is great. He's 88 and he's still breathing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually
True.
saw George Takei was in Oklahoma City last year when Patrick turned. After I came back from South Florida, we went up to the Comic Con they had up in Oklahoma City, or Galaxy Quest, or Galaxy Con is what it was called.
Mhm.
And George Takei was one of the. But I wasn't paying $50 to get his friggin' signature.
Oh,
I think I already
Oh,
had it anyway. So
did you say, oh my?
no, I did.
Hmm.
And when I first saw him sitting over there, I could have gone up and been, I could have got almost first in line and been there, and he was right there where I could see him. And then I decided I'll go around and see what it's like when I come back. And shit, there were tons of people, so I had to put my cell phone up like this and high in the air and snap a picture of him, and then zoom in on it so I could see it. So
Mhm.
And
he's got a lot.
what were you so excited that you got a picture of him?
Yeah,
Did you take it home and did you show it to all your friends and you zoom in on it and say, "Look, that's him"?
no, I showed it to my son, but he said I saw it, Dad. My other kids, James, he says, "Yeah, Dad, okay, cool." He's not. Patrick's the nerd in the family. James, he's like, whatever. Yeah, but he has his likes too.
Here's an interesting fun fact about William Shatner. He started losing his hair at age 9. He was wearing a toupee all through filming Star Trek, the original series.
Really?
Oh wow!
That was a
Wow.
toupee. I wouldn't have known that.
Wow!
I thought
Has he
everybody
had
knew
a
that.
hair transplant? No, I had no idea.
No, I knew he wore one now, but I didn't know he was wearing it then.
I still didn't know it. I just didn't think anything about it. I mean, I knew John Wayne did, but I hadn't thought about William Shatner.
Who, Marion
Uh-huh.
was wearing a
Yeah. Yeah, there's actually a video of him out there without it on too. It's one taken aboard his ship or his boat. I forgot what it's called, but yeah, he would only wear it when he was out in public amongst his fans. He says they expect a certain amount of something from a star, and as a professional, I should at least try to do what I can to present the best image of myself that I can. So, but when he was home, he took it off.
How about John Travolta? He's a baldy.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the funny thing
yeah.
is, that Shatner wore toupee, then they cast Picard and let him be bald.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd think in
And then
the
Avery Brooks
21st
was hired for Deep Space Nine, and he was normally clean shaven, like when he was on what was that?
Right.
A Man Called Hawk.
Yeah.
He normally would shave his head instead of showing his
Right.
receding hairline, and they wouldn't let him shave his head and be bald. They insisted that he have hair.
Right.
But it's like,
right.
why?
Yeah.
I mean, look at that kid. I mean, you wouldn't know right away that. I mean, I can't tell that that's a
That's a
toupee.
damn good toupee.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Mhm.
They said
Hold on.
they said he liked the toupees. They provided him with so much on set that he kept stealing them.
Well, what's his name?
Wow. Yeah.
SCTV, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Rick
Rick Moranis.
Moranis.
He would get different glasses whenever he was on different movie sets and stuff, and they would, all right, he wore glasses, and so they would buy him new glasses for whatever character when they were building these different characters, and then he
Right.
would just steal the glasses because they were prescription glasses, so he would just steal glasses. They're not good for anybody else.
That's
He'd
right.
steal
Why
them and
not?
keep them and wear them.
Mhm.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah, and I guess those toupees were probably custom
Wait,
for him.
Picard was a captain that everybody loved the most. I'm sorry, Dan. You're trying to pick a fight.
Mm.
Everybody knows Janeway was the best captain.
What?
Oh my, yeah.
Man, they're
Right.
biting today.
Yeah, they are, aren't they?
I thought it was
I-
Scott Dracula was the best captain.
He wasn't bad. Trip would have been a better captain, maybe.
Yep.
Actually,
Absolutely.
Sulu, I would have loved back in the time that we saw Undiscovered Country. I would have loved to have seen a series based around the Excelsior and had a Captain Sulu series. That would have been great.
And
Uh-huh.
they did. There
Okay,
was
I found this on the web for based on the Excel.
Shut up! I wasn't talking to you.
they
Mhm.
did do a sort of a fan series that had Uhura and Sulu and Koenig in it, and they were admirals like the characters they played in the last of their string of movies, and they did quite. I think there's about three of those movies that they did, and then I think there might even been a short miniseries of it, but it was all done through the web. It was all done through through one of the fan.
I think I watched a few of them.
Yeah, they
the
weren't
episodes,
bad.
Yeah.
I mean, if you compare them to the original series, they weren't that far behind.
Yeah.
No. Yeah,
Yeah.
they weren't.
They were a
weren't
little
up
less polished, but
Yeah.
Did you watch any of the Atsonar videos?
I don't watch.
I
porn.
watched a few of that came out a while ago, but I thought it was a good idea, but it I don't know if it ever got anywhere because
Oh, it got somewhere. It got somewhere. The guy who was doing the Axonar series got almost sued into oblivion because Paramount said that because he'd collected more than any other independent Star Trek film production. He collected over $1 million.
Oh shit.
And they said that because he was a professional filmmaker and he's using professional actors, that it wasn't a fan film. And that's when all this nonsense came out from Paramount, that all of a sudden nobody could make a fan film that was longer than 15 minutes long, and you couldn't do like a two-part episode. Each 15 minutes had to be a self-contained story, and blah 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 blah.
Right.
Somewhere along the line, there must have been some sort of an agreement made between the Axonar producer and Paramount, because he is finished or has finished the initial Axonar story, the
story.
Right.
I don't know where it is. I don't know how to watch it.
Yeah.
They may have just finished shooting within the last year, and
Well,
be into doing their special effects.
There were a couple actors that were supposed to be in it that passed away. One of them was Gary Graham. He was who did he play? I think did he play the Vulcan again? And then there was the guy from the original Battlestar Galactica, Richard Hatch.
Richard Hatch.
Yeah.
Oh
He
yeah.
Damn it.
He was a Klingon.
Oh okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And some of the videos that I did see, I'm like, wow, this looks like a pretty good video. That I was never got to see the full blown video of it. It looked really sharp.
Well, I think Paramount got a lot of backlash too, and they've started letting I don't know if they're still sticking to that 15-minute thing or not, but I think they've kind of backed off of that because they got a lot of backlash over it. Because I think that they took it to court, and besides Axonar, somebody else took. I can't remember the story now.
Mm-hmm.
I've slept since then, and I'm old. I forget shit.
Well, the guy that played Martok, he was in that Axmar project too, as well. He played one of the, I think, the Starfleet admirals or Commodore or something. Yeah.
Well, I tell you, they could learn some lessons from some of these independents that are doing this. Maybe have some of them do the writing.
Paramount makes the best Star Trek.
Oh yeah, they do, don't they? Like
Yeah.
Discovery or not Discovery. Yeah.
So far, no, not Discovery. So far, I like the one.
Oh, the Strange New World.
Strange New Worlds. I do like that. Actually.
Yeah,
it is. It's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I think Anson Mount does a great job. I think he's great as a captain.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's certainly better than Scott Bakula.
Yeah.
I liked Enterprise, by the way. That's my second favorite, actually. I mean, I don't know. Deep Space Nine is good too.
Yeah.
I don't like Scott Bakula. He's just not been my.
He just didn't come across captainy, if you know what I mean. They tried to make him woke. I mean, his favorite sport was water polo.
Drone Nation's on.
Huh?
Drone Nation.
That time already?
Yep, it is.
Wow. See what happens when Dominic's not sitting there saying 2 minutes, 2 minutes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But the actor who played Trip, you're right, would have been a better captain, I think.
Yeah.
He's just a better actor.
So if you want to know about drones, go over to Drone Nation. If you want to know about Star Trek, stay here.
Mm-hmm.
Coast to Coast Drones. Bill says, TOS fan for life. Me too.
Yep.
Captain Kirk is my favorite, by the way. So,
the original series.
Oh, hey, Bill.
The original, nothing beats the original Spock.
Yeah.
Although, what's his name?
I've always
Leonard
been a
Nimoy
Deep
was
Space Nine fan.
Yeah.
Leonard Nimoy was a nice guy. He was really just he took time with the fans. Even though he wrote I Am Not Spock, he came that came back to bite him in the butt for a while, but but when I saw it, when we got to meet him at the Star Trek convention that year, he put on one of the best presentations, because they get the guests come up there and whoever the guest is of the day, and they talk a little bit. The guy who played Worf, obnoxious
Michael
Dorn, boring as hell, not a real bad attitude, didn't seem to like what he was doing. And it's like, why in the hell are you here then? We paid money to at least have some sort of, and you're getting paid well.
A lot of them left, and I mean, once you play those characters, and they're such large, iconic characters, that's what they are from then on. And that's why Nimoy wrote, I'm Not Spock. I mean, they reject it and they fight against it. And it's only after several years that after they've been away from it, they start to appreciate the fandom. And usually they do come around.
What it did for his career. He was a long-time actor before he got that role. That wasn't, you see him every so often. Nimoy? You see him playing, playing an Indian in a Western. And, I forget which one that was, actually.
Yeah, Perry Mason, too.
He did a bunch of stuff, you know what I mean? But it wasn't.
Well, he was a regular on Mission Impossible.
Yep, that's what I was going to say.
Before he ever started on Star Trek.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
but
I don't know if he was on during I think he was on. Was it when Peter Graves was there, or was when it was? That guy,
Walter Martin Landau.
Martin
Landau, and his wife. That was his wife on there too. That blonde gal,
Barbara Bain.
I understand what they're saying is because that character, he was Spock now forever. And we understand that, and they think it damages their career and this and that. I'll tell you what, any role where you can still make money doing it 50 years later, don't complain. Don't complain,
Yeah, he did come back. Michael Dorn I think he stepped away from all of it after a while. Like I think the movie they were still producing the Next Generation movies.
Yeah.
Of course, a lot of those guys on the Next Generation, they were done dirty. They canceled that show. You know, that was Rick Berman. Is that who it was?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And Pillar.
yeah, and Michael Pillar. Yeah,
Yeah.
I knew there's a Michael in there somewhere. Yeah, they canceled, because they wanted Deep Space Nine to be completely non-Roddenberry connected, and so they were, because Roddenberry and his lawyer, actually it was his lawyer doing it. Roddenberry was starting to, he was losing it, okay, and his lawyer was taking advantage of that, and it's like they had to have script approval for, if Picard cleared his throat, well, it had to be cleared by, like Roddenberry,
Uh-huh.
So when they canceled it, after Roddenberry was gone, and they went ahead and they were canceled it, they were caught off guard. A lot of them were pissed off about it and refused to do the any of the conventions, And even when they did do them, they were pretty begrudging. But then, just like the guy who plays Wesley on
Oh yeah.
Will Wheaton.
Will Wheaton, yeah.
Yeah.
Although that dude's weird, I don't care what you say.
Yeah.
He's
Well, they hit the magic number, 7 seasons. That's the 7
Will
seasons.
Wheaton.
It was the same. That's how long Deep Space Nine lasted. That's how long Voyager lasted.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
Next Generation, 7 seasons. That
Mhm.
seems to be the magic number. Enterprise didn't make it. They only went 5.
And Will
Yeah.
Wheaton, he did pretty good. I mean, he loves Star Trek. Star
He
Trek
does,
to him
yeah.
was the greatest. He still has an affection for it. The people from Next Generation, those people were his family more than his own family.
Right. Yeah,
Uh,
he had a bad.
Yeah. If you ever read
Yes.
his blog or anything, him and his sister were abused on set, and his parents allowed it on a movie, and
Yeah.
it just.
Yeah.
I
And
can't remember the name of the movie. It was based on what is it? The Color of Night.
Oh, it wasn't
he was-
Stand By Me, was it?
Yeah, he was Stand By Me. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Stand By Me. Yeah.
He's a terrible actor.
Who?
He really is. He's awful. Will Wheaton.
Will Wheaton.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind
It's
of
like, and he was the least liked regular on that show, by the way.
Yeah.
right.
But
And
he
he's the
played
biggest fan of
himself
Star Trek
on
there
the-
is right now. I can't hardly get, like when they're doing the after episode interviews that he does, like, oh my God, it's like, oh, it's so he's just so over the top. Like, okay, first off, you're reading a script. We can see your eyes going back and forth as you're watching the teleprompter. That's not acting. That's just reading. He reads well. I'll say that much. He's a he
had a
does read
really
well.
fun web series called Tabletop, where he would get together different friends and they would just play tabletop games. And it was a pretty good web series. I wish they would have done more of those.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, Picard did one, or did not. Patrick
And I
Stewart.
still say Will Wheaton was not bad in Stand By Me.
Right.
Mhm.
I even forgot. Of course, I don't like that movie, anyways. I like the song.
Love that
but
movie.
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just wasn't my thing.
I'm not sure if I've ever watched it. What's it about? What's it about?
It's about 4 boys who one of them overhears his older brother talking about seeing a dead body of a kid who had gone missing.
Right.
And they couldn't turn him in because they were out. They had boosted a car and were driving out there and drinking when they found the body. So they couldn't report it. Well, he tells the other guy, and they're like, well, let's make a plan to go out there and pretend like we're fishing, and we'll find the body. Well, the younger brother overhears the plan, and he gets with his friends, and they said, let's walk down the train tracks. We can make it there first, and we'll be heroes. And that's it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
No, I you know what? I knew that was the story, but I knew that only because it's a famous movie. I don't think I've ever actually watched it.
Oh, it had Corey
good.
Feldman in it, and
There's a
It was narrated by Richard Dreyfuss.
Yeah.
Hmm.
bunch of those kids got abused on that movie.
On that one, no. They were
Or,
treated
well-
well. They were treated well in that movie.
Okay, maybe
Yeah.
it was
Oh,
maybe it
and
was in
Cheryl-
Goonies. I think they got at least who is it? Is it Corey Feldman or which one?
Corey Feldman
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
Corey
there's-
Haim.
Corey Hames is
Corey
the
Haim
one
was
that
supposed
killed
to have been
himself.
abused on the set of what was the not Rudy, but it was the one before that. It was his name. He collected butterflies. He got on the football team.
Hmm.
Can't remember the name of that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Corey Haim's the one who killed himself.
Yeah.
Well, drugs.
Yeah.
Well, he died of an overdose, I should say. Yeah. But that whole group kind of come out of there a little.
Mhm.
That whole generation of those actors all came out of it a little on the
Mhm.
strange side, with lots of problems. But
Wasn't River Phoenix in that movie?
Yep, River Phoenix
Yeah.
was in Stand
Yeah.
By Me.
yeah,
And
he died. He died of an
Jerry
overdose.
O'Connell.
Jerry O'Connell was in it. Yep.
Yeah, that was when he was fat. Now he's like he's a buff dude. He played.
And that was
Yeah.
the cruelest thing is that he was referred to as the fat kid
Yeah.
after
Right.
that movie.
Mhm. And was
You wouldn't go up to a kid on the street and say, "Hey, look, there's the fat kid," to some kid in your neighborhood. You'd be called an asshole, but people would say that about him just because he was in a movie and is an actor. And
Yeah.
that's just a cruel place to put a kid.
Yeah.
Well, that was the formula, right? They with those boy movies. They just like
No.
Goonies. You get one fat kid that everybody laughs at.
Yep.
Usually a nerd is thrown in there too,
Yeah. Oh, you gotta have that skinny Asian kid too.
Yeah.
which sometimes doubles as the nerd.
Hmm.
Picard is
And-
now in commercials for Yorkshire tea. Is that a brand or is there a kind of tea? I mean, I'm
Yeah,
an
it's a
American.
brand of
I don't
tea.
know.
It's a brand of tea.
It's a brand, so I guess they make Earl Grey
They
because that's Picard's drink. Earl
Yeah.
Grey, hot.
The Asian kid
that good.
grew up to be in Loki. Yeah.
Who?
He played
The Asian kid.
yeah.
Short round.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
And he was in his latest movie was it was
It was the Valentine's Day movie. Came out
Yeah.
just a while back. I haven't seen it yet.
where
his
he
big
played
comeback.
the lead.
Yeah, his big comeback was in Everything Everywhere All at Once, which I love that movie. Brilliant.
Never seen it.
It's
It's weird.
a very weird movie. It is very weird, but I love it. Anything by the Daniels, the directors of it, the Daniels, they started out doing music videos, and I was fans of their music videos back in the
Well,
day.
I really like Michelle Yeoh, so I knew I was going to
Michelle
like the
Yeoh is-
movie anyway because she's the main character.
But it's a weird movie. And
Incredible actress.
the Daniels have always had this weird sensibility about them in music videos. They did one music video where it was a bunch of naked people dancing in the woods, and the hunters come out and start shooting their guns at these naked people dancing, and the clothes shoot out, and they tie and basically clothe these naked people. Well, the naked people start grabbing ropes and lassoing the clothes off the hunters, and it was just a big battle of nudity versus clothed. It's just weird, bizarre.
Mm.
However they thought of that, I have no idea. But it's just a.
Mhm.
And then
It's
they
a
had
breakfast tea.
the movie with Daniel Radcliffe in it where he played a dead person.
Well,
So
Swiss
Yorkshire
Army
tea is a breakfast tea. He's saying so. It's not a brand.
yeah.
I guess it's a kind of tea. I
Gotcha.
don't know.
Yeah.
And
I just
Yeah.
assumed that breakfast tea was a
take
type
with
of.
your Yorkshire pudding.
I just assumed that breakfast teas, because there's English breakfast tea, and you have different brands like Twinings and Bigelow and
Mm-hmm.
several others. So I
and Lipton.
And Shushan?
not Lipton, no.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Weren't you in
So-
on that discussion with Mark about proper how to make a proper proper tea. Yeah, you were.
Yeah, because you always put the milk in, then put the milk in the microwave with the tea bag in it. You heat up the milk in the microwave with the tea bag in it. Then you pull it out, and then usually that's when you throw your sugar in.
I thought that's how Captain Joe did it. Was
Uh,
in a he uses the generic store brand. Yeah,
uh-huh.
it is a brand. Okay,
Okay.
it's called Yorkshire tea, but it's a breakfast tea.
Mhm.
Just plain normal tea that we drink all day. Yeah.
Oh, I
Well,
drink
according to
that.
this, I read what's so special about Yorkshire tea is the question, and the answer is we make our unique blend by combining the best teas together in just the right amounts, layering the complementary flavors of 10 to 20 different teas to create a uniquely balanced and consistent brew. Some from India for strength and body, and some from Africa from liveliness and depth.
Mm.
That doesn't sound like plain old tea. That
Yeah.
sounds like a
Yeah,
party
like-
in your mouth.
Yeah, Lipton is just black tea.
Yeah.
Actually, Yorkshire tea is black tea. That's I read further down, and because somebody
Yeah.
says is Yorkshire tea the same as Earl Grey? It's pretty funny. I didn't type that in; it just came up.
Well,
It's like this thing can hear us.
Earl
Earl
Grey
Grey
also
is-
has bergamot.
Earl Grey is a type of tea that has some kind of citrus in it, quite an acquired taste. Yorkshire tea is a brand of standard black tea, not anything that
Yeah.
can be.
I believe the citrus is usually bergamot.
Okay,
Bergamot. Okay.
what? Burn it off? What? Bring them?
Yeah, burn off. I think it's
Berghoff?
burn off.
Gary Berghoff?
Biscoff. That's what it is. Biscoff. Yeah.
Radar O'Reilly?
Hmm.
All I know is that it tastes like lavender in the
Yeah.
tea.
Hmm.
Oh, I don't know. You know what? I'm drinking tea right now.
I
Right
like Earl Grey every once in a while. I prefer
I
green
do.
tea.
Ooh.
I drink tea and pea coffee.
Diet Georgia Peach.
Georgia peach tree. Okay. Lipton, of course. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
This is the best diet soft drink ever. You got to get.
I'm drinking.
You got to
I'm drinking-
water. Yeah, water's probably. Gatorade's another good one.
Saying,
I'm drinking water right now.
Yeah, I'm drinking good old Louisiana Southern sweet tea. That's the brand they use there at the.
I mean, for a diet drink, you got to get the peach though. They got all these other flavors. None of them are any good. Just the peach.
I've been trying to. I drink my coffee in the morning. I try and drink water the rest of the day. I've been trying to do that without hitting any
I drink
soda
about-
or any tea, sweet tea or anything.
okay.
Yeah, this
Good
last
try.
year I drink about 12 cups of coffee a day.
Uh,
You know,
Well,
I'm-
no wonder you don't go to bed.
That's it. That's it. I drink coffee till I go to bed.
Since I had this thing done, I haven't been drinking coffee because they said it's not a good idea to drink caffeine. So I'm actually weaning my. I had some coffee yesterday, and I didn't have any the day before. I didn't have any today, and I'm somebody who has a giant mug, and I would drink 2 of them on the toilet before my day even got started.
Right.
Usually, that first one makes you go to the toilet.
Yeah.
I combine the two. You know, it's just save time. Why wait to the last minute? Sit there with the phone and the giant cup of tea, coffee.
Gotta say
Are you
good night.
leaving, Art?
Yeah.
Huh?
Take care.
Yeah, we're still live. Maybe I ought to shut this
Yeah.
off and we'll continue this after. Hey guys, thanks
Mhm.
everybody. I forgot we
We'll have a
went over.
good week.
Well, why do we have to run? What whose
Well, okay, we can stay on.
whose channel is this, Lloyd?
Yeah.
Wait, why are you letting that guy tell you what to do?
Yeah.
Art, we thank you for
Ah!
being there. And you have a good rest of the week, Art. And
Yeah.
for
We
those
can
of you
stay
that
on.
wanna hang
We can
around,
stay on all night. Who's going to stop us, Lloyd? Who's going to stop us? Don't be a
Yeah,
pussy.
I don't-
Stay on all night.
yeah, well, I don't have to get off like that. Didn't come out right. Or
I don't have to get
I
off.
don't
I
have to
get off
end
to have
the
a good
show.
time.
I don't have to end the show like I used to because I had to go in and take care of somebody. Now I don't have to do that. It's just me. So
True. I'm going to
I'm
go
not getting
upstairs.
off anyways.
I'm gonna leave.
Are you?
Yeah.
All right.
When my wife popped in here earlier, it was because the baby girl took 4 steps in a row, so she's actually starting to walk.
Oh, you
Ooh.
need to get in there and
She
see
took
that,
a couple.
Grandpa.
She took like 1.5 steps the other night to me.
Okay.
But
Cool.
if she's actually getting actual distance, then I should really pop my head there.
This
and
isn't
tell her
that
good
peanut.
job.
Obviously, this isn't that peanut you had resting on your chest the other day.
Oh yeah, he's a
He's a
he's a
runner.
prodigy. It's amazing.
Yeah, he's already
4 days
walking.
old and he is moving. It's I'm
Yeah,
gonna teach him how to ride a bike next week.
Is that one staying there with you too?
They're all here right now until
Oh, yeah.
they've got their house. We just need to get them moved into it and stuff. And
Uh-huh.
And you're in no hurry because you're loving it, aren't you?
oh, well, it's gonna be kind of nice to have a quiet evening where I just
Yeah,
go up
I
and
bet
sit on
you
the
it is.
couch.
I can imagine.
In fact, it's
Yeah.
bedtime. Yeah, I'm gonna mute.
Yeah. Thought he was going to leave, but he's staying, I guess. Oh, he's saying goodnight to the grandbaby. So, yeah, guys, if you want to hang out for a little while, we're here. Well, ain't got nothing better to do. So, but
I'm
yeah,
I'm just watching Pop over here.
yeah, I know, right? Let me.
Ah.
We had to see you being grandpa, so we zoomed it. But I wanted to see it full.
We were enjoying that.
I wasn't. Right.
Well, we could see him a little. He was standing there. You could see a little,
Just a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
See an arm or so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the arm around your neck. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they come down
The
and
things you were doing.
it's just to me. It comes in. He's like, good night. That's our thing.
That's
We
your
make
thing.
it. We make it a show.
You make it a show.
Good night.
Jazz
Got
fingers.
old jazz hands there going,
Uh-huh.
huh?
And then big hugs. Yeah. I love the pageantry.
There you go. Good night, Art. Thanks for staying as long as you did. So he's got to get up early and go to work tomorrow.
I like the pageantry too. I keep my sesame seed oil in there, and I keep the soy sauce in my pageantry.
Yeah.
And
And all your seasonings. Yeah.
the seasonings in there. Yeah.
And some of your canned vegetables.
Yeah. No, they're in the garage pageantry.
Oh, okay.
There's one in the kitchen, but any actual real foods? Nah, there's some stuff in there. I mean, there's like raisins in there. There's like craisins. That's my
I
thing.
love craisins.
Me too. Can't have a salad without craisins on it.
Oh, I just like to grab a
Craisins,
handful
goodness.
and snack on them.
Oh, I'll snack on them too, but they're
What are-
great on a salad. That you get that sweet and tangy with the salty. Yep,
What are
Yeah.
craisins?
they're raisins
Cranberries.
made out of cranberries.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
You've never had a dried cranberry?
Wow.
Oh, they're so tart. Oh, so good and yummy. And imagine the happiness that you get from a cranberry in raisin form. You probably think cranberry comes in a can, don't you?
No, I know how cranberries come. I've seen them. It's hard. It's hard.
I've seen them from a
It is awful
distance.
hard to see them. Yeah, it's hard to see them little scutters do it, but yeah.
I've seen them come. What? I see how they come. Why is everything got to get dirty around here?
Just as soon as I said it, I thought, yeah, there we go down the rabbit hole again.
Try them on a salad, Don. Or
Oh, I've had
are you
them
done?
on a salad
yeah.
with a little. Yeah.
I have never had them. Never.
What
even
kind of
heard
dressing?
them.
Like a balsamic vinegar across the top?
That would be good.
Maybe some.
They actually
some
start
pecans.
off pretty. I mean, you wouldn't want to do like a creamy garlic, or creamy like Parmesan.
No,
or
you
something.
want.
But no, some kind of oil base. Yeah, something like that.
Mhm.
There's we got this sun-dried tomato dressing in there, and we got this yellow. What's that Japanese dressing? It's yellowish.
Ginger.
It's ginger, isn't it? Doesn't it have a name? I know it's ginger salad dressing, but anyway, that's good with it. Ranch is fine with it.
Now,
I'm not
do
as
you
big
like,
a ranch.
do you like nuts on your salad?
Yes,
Oh.
Like chopped up pecans?
pecans are good. I like any
Walnuts.
pistachios,
Yeah.
shelled pistachios, obviously shelled.
Yeah.
In the shell, they don't.
This salad was good.
Yeah,
Got a
but
lot of texture to it.
yeah, but no, pistachios have a strong flavor, so they hold up well in a salad. Cashews, absolutely. But I could eat cashews with anything. Cashews and craisins on with a little tomato and lettuce and she doesn't buy regular. She doesn't buy iceberg ever. So it's always romaine. We're fancy.
That's what
I got a salad sitting in there right now. That's the only reason this is in my head. I got one sitting there waiting for me.
Yeah. That's what I had today. I went over to the pizza place and had a nice salad bar there. Cost me $8. Sit down, catch up on YouTube or whatever I'm wanting to do.
Macadamia nuts are good, and they're one of the nuts that aren't fattening. You can actually pretty much eat as many as you. Right. When I was on the diet, they said, well, you can have nuts, but limit to a handful or whatever. Like, a handful? Are you crazy? That's I do a handful at a time. But macadamia nuts, there was no limit on the diet for those. They're very mild tasting.
Hey, you know what you get when you have the nuts on the wall? Walnuts.
They go good in a salad too.
Hey, do you know what? Do you know what you have when you have nuts in a little wooden box? What? Chestnuts.
God, this is as bad as art tonight.
You know what? You know what you have when you have nuts on your chin? A dick in your mouth.
See, I knew the joke was coming. You know, we've met.
Yeah, I just waited to hear what that one was going to be. So yeah. Yeah, that one I had to laugh at. The other two, but that one was, I was.
Well, you need the first two to set up the third one.
Yeah, of course, yeah. I'm thinking, geez, are you writing for art or what? Actually, you probably do better writing for art, and maybe his jokes would be funny then. Poor art, so.
Poor art.
Yeah.
He's got to know those things aren't funny, right?
I think he does.
I mean, there's such a thing as a dad joke where it's marginally, where you see the humor and you laugh at it,
right?
The Mrs. Hippie.
That's a dad joke.
Yeah,
absolutely. And it can be funny, but a lot of them you just chuckle because you understand the joke. They're always very understandable and not hysterical. But his dad jokes, they never got married. There's no. They're not,
I was going to say he does.
They're not dads.
He does the dad jokes of dad jokes.
Yeah.
That's just how bad they are sometimes. But what can you do? We like him. We keep putting up with him. Keep putting up with his jokes. He's probably sitting there listening to them assholes. Go to bed, Art. It's past your bedtime.
Says that to us when he's here.
That's true. Yeah. You shouldn't be staying up this late listening to YouTube. You need to be going to bed, Art.
See, I'm looking back through. I do it occasionally. My nephew wanted to do stand up at a certain time, and so I would think up jokes and send them to him. But I can't even repeat these jokes. They're so horrible. I mean, in poor taste. They're hilarious, I think, but they're in such poor taste.
Yeah.
It would not be a live stream thing. It would be an after show.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, we can always end the stream.
No, you don't have to do that.
We'll go until 8:30 on the dot, and then well, that's only a minute away, so I guess
it's not even a minute away.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, you know what? Let's see if we can go ahead and go. You guys can hang out. We'll go to it'll be 10 o'clock your time, 9 o'clock my time. Mine in
I never said I wanted to stay that long. What the hell?
Well, when you guys get ready to go, just let me know and I will end the stream, Oh. All right, Steve. Yeah, thanks to everybody who has who's hung out here, and I appreciate everybody who joined the show and put up with our frivolity and silliness. You know, and
I don't much care for any of you. I just don't think you have very good taste in shows.
Yeah, we're down to 8 people watching.
yeah, well, I think with that, we're going to go ahead and call it a night then. You guys have a great night. Okay, I'm going to read. Let's put this. Marcus put some effort into this. Let's see. Where'd it go? There it is. Little girl asked Granddad what was the secret of staying alive so long. And he told her every morning, put a spoonful of gunpowder in your porridge. So she did that every day until she died at 108. Well, that's not a joke, but that's interesting.
I don't understand the story until she died aged 103. What little girl?
Well,
she left 13 children, 25 grandchildren, 16 great grandchildren, and a 40-foot
and a
hole where the
40-foot hole that
crematorium
the
used to be.
crematorium used to be.
There's the
Oh,
joke.
I was like,
There's
the
the
punchline
joke.
comes later.
Yeah. Okay. Well, with that said and done, that's the final joke of the night here while we're live. So, guys, if you want to go over and see what's left of the Drone Nation, you probably won't laugh as much, but you'll have more intelligent conversation. Later, guys. Everyone have a good one.
Good night, folks.